Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are gold for energy. Send it. Incoming. Put the money in the bag, man.
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? This is awesome! Welcome to Earth! No. Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit. Go. God.
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Welcome to Drinkin, bro. Yeah, welcome to Rivalry Week, college football prediction show brought to you by MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles that first deposits all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today with MyBookie.com. And don't forget to use that promo code Drinkin Bros to double that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Boom, I'm cracking open a Hard AF Seltzer. Got the Ohio State mesh jersey on here.
The crop top.
From Abercrombie & Fitch.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Throwing it back to the 90s.
Yeah, dude. Throwing it back to the 90s where I began. I was there, 95, dude. My freshman year, Eddie George won the Heisman Trophy. God, what a specimen that dude was. And that was before, like, all the cool shits. So,
yeah.
like, I mean, nothing existed.
That was just
and
raw, pumping
punting to
iron.
him in the wintertime. Because those guys, to get ready for the NFL, would have to do it on their own.
Yeah.
That was still those days, too. So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he'd be like, yo, can we work? And I was just like, yeah, let's
There
go, man.
wasn't a whole industry around it.
It was nothing. And we were outside, too, like in the dead of winter. And it was me, him, and Sean Springs, who was also going pro. And it was pretty much after Michigan. We lost to Michigan. So 3 out of my 4 years, we were number 2. Lost to Michigan and didn't make the national championship. That's back when it was only 2.
Right.
And the reporters were the ones that voted on it.
Yeah, it was pre-BCS.
We had no BCS.
Yeah.
So, like, you lost to Michigan, and it was it.
You just weren't winning, yeah.
You can't play for a national championship. Right. Your season's done. And so that happened to us, and it was very strange because now it's the opposite.
It would almost game you want.
It would almost, and I saw Portnoy talking about this morning. He's hyped about the Ohio State game, and rightfully so. It's their Super Bowl. This isn't ours anymore. And with the injuries that we have, I don't know what's going to happen. Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate, the 2 best wide receivers in the nation, are both out. They sat out last week against Rutgers. Carnell Tate has now been out for 3 weeks. There has been no reason given at all. I didn't see this guy get hit. I haven't seen him limping. Jeremiah Smith, I saw limping off the field a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
So maybe there is something to that of like, hey, he's also a sophomore. Like, he can't even go pro next year. So what the fuck does he care, in my opinion? Whereas Carnell Tate is absolutely going in the top probably 10, 12 of the draft. Best wide receiver there is. And this is starting to feel, and this is what the fans are calling it, is Jackson Smith-Njigba 2.0. Where he just sits out the whole fucking year and says, I'm going to the draft, and that's it. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't like any of it. We'll start with Ohio State first because this is the game. This is always the rivalry. This is Duke, UNC. It doesn't mean throw the records out the window, everything out the window. I do find it strange, though, the line opened up at 12.5.
And then
now
dropped.
It's 9.5.
Ryan Day's most
3
recent,
points.
Yeah, it's huge. His most recent comment just said they're day-to-day, and he won't say anything else.
No. And, again, this is what happened during the whole Jackson Smith-Njigba thing where it was just like, finally, he had to go up to him before the playoffs started and say, hey, dude, either you're in or you're out because fuck off with this speculation. I'm tired of answering questions about it. So do whatever the fuck you're going to do, and it costs us a national championship. Now, here's how vindictive I am and how much I hate him personally. I'm not kidding. I don't claim him. I don't claim Joe Burrow for Ohio State.
Yeah.
I don't claim Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Oh, I wouldn't. I would fucking hate.
I hate him. Forever. I hate him so much that he's the best wide receiver in the NFL right now, and it's not close. Shit, he's on pace to break the record. He's on pace to get 2,000 yards right now. Did you see the game yesterday?
Yeah.
200 yards.
I mean, Darnold fucking slings it. Like, that's their whole offense is like deep balls.
It's just the two of them. Going deep because he's fast as shit. Nobody can catch him. He is the very best wide receiver in the NFL, and I refuse to draft him in fantasy. So I took here, and you know me.
It's a hollow victory.
I hate the Falcons because of that's my team, and I can't do anything about it. I'm not going to switch or whatever else, right? Like I just can't. And so I drafted Drake London over Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Okay.
And Drake had a great fucking year. He got hurt. He was out this week.
Yeah.
But he's had a great year, just not a Jackson Smith-Njigba year. And that's how much I hate him. I can't even draft him on fantasy football. I swear to God.
Yeah. I mean, dude, if he kind of did.
Not kind of. I mean, he did. He sat out an entire fucking year, and then his dad kept saying shit and everything else.
Right.
So I don't like anything that's going on. And we'll start with last week. So with last week in the Rutgers game, you got 3-4 of your top players not playing.
Literally. I mean, your two best wide receivers.
I don't like, and then they sat out Caleb Downs in the fourth quarter, which is fine. He's going to the NFL drafts. He's going to be a top 5 pick. I understand all that. He was really pissed off when they scored a garbage touchdown with a couple minutes left.
Caleb was?
Yes, because he goes, dude, this is my fucking defense.
Yeah.
They're going for the all-time record of best defense ever as far as points allowed. I think it's 6 points a game or something like that.
Okay.
And he was visibly angry on the sidelines and visibly pissed off. But, here's why I'm pissed off as a fan and as a parent. If I took my kids to this game, this is actually an affordable game here, and my kid's favorite player is Jeremiah Smith. Doesn't play. There is no injury report in college football. I spent all this money to go and take my kids to a fucking game where everybody's sitting out.
Right.
And they still win by 30 or 40 points or whatever the fuck it was. I'm angry about this.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. It's not a good product.
It's not. And, it's beyond fandom at this point, so you can throw the fandom out the window. I wouldn't like this at any other fucking school either. You go to watch the superstars play. And I don't want to hear this bullshit anymore of, they're college kids. Whatever. No, they're getting paid.
They're professionals now.
The NFL players. So fuck off. Sorry, Jeremiah Smith's salary this year is the same as Jackson Smith-Njigba in the NFL. I swear to God.
Yeah, I believe it 100%.
It's the same. It's $4.5. They're each getting $4.5 million. So I want an injury report. I want to know what the fuck is going on, and we have every goddamn right to know because we're paying for your bullshit. So fuck right off with all of this. I'm really fucking angry about it. The other part about this is you're now 3 games in a row without your 2 top guys, essentially. Jeremiah Smith played a little bit the week before and left after the one-handed catch. You don't have a rhythm, in my opinion, to go up to Ann Arbor in a game you haven't won in 4 years.
In a game they need to win.
Yes. Well, Ohio State doesn't need it.
No, I'm saying Michigan, though. So
Michigan
they're coming out with as much of an edge as you could possibly have. I mean, Ohio State has not played a team with a pulse since Illinois.
No.
I mean, literally.
Not at all. And for you to sit out all your best players and still win by 40, maybe they know something that we don't, and that's fine. But, still, as a fan, I'm not amped about it. Because I still don't know the potential of this team at all. They've deliberately slowed down the clock. That got leaked. Slowed down the plays, all that other shit. I mean, if you go to the box score, they used up almost the entire first quarter on one drive.
Right.
Simply because they're trying to keep their players healthy.
Plays.
Yeah.
Right.
And they've been doing this all year, which I've never fucking heard of. I'm not a fan of any of it all the way around. Let's just see how you could air it out and see how you do. The other thing is, you got a guy who's competing for the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
And then
who's not
you take him
the
out.
Stats he needs
They
necessarily.
put in the second string quarterback.
Yeah. Now, he still has more yards than Mendoza, saying does, but Mendoza's got about 7 more total touchdowns, I think, or something like that. He's got more Mendoza has more touchdowns, both through the air and on the ground.
Yep.
And then, but Sayan has about 200 more passing yards.
Now, Sayan's on pace to break the completion percentage mark and all that other shit. Can't break that if your 2 top wide receivers aren't playing. Because there was like 4 drops in this game by guys who have never played before.
Right.
Which is normal.
Who you're also not in a rhythm with them. And
all of it. All of it. So I don't know what to think of it. Whereas, let's take Michigan on the other hand. Michigan rolled Maryland, and I picked Maryland. A lot of people said, hey, this is a hate pick. No. For whatever reason, I'll kind of take you through my thought process on this because I got killed on Saturday. Ironically, I hit a fucking massive teaser on Sunday, but in the NFL. My thought process on Maryland was this. The last 4 years, either Ohio State or Michigan has played them going into the Ohio State-Michigan game.
Right.
They always overlook Maryland's, and it is always a 1-score game, and usually the other team is down, both Ohio State and Michigan, because you don't take it seriously, and then you come back at the end and barely win. It has been by a 1-score game against Maryland for the last 4 years. This game, because I watched it, because I had a lot of money on it that I lost, was very impressive to me for Michigan. It was very impressive to me for
they rolled
Bryce Underwood, and I thought he looked great. This looks like a team who's ready to go into the game with all their players and give it all they have, whereas Ohio State looks lazy, listless, and by them not saying, because the first question afterwards had nothing to do with Rutgers.
Right.
Is Jeremiah Smith and Carnell taking a play? Ryan Day goes, is day by day. I don't want to hear that fucking bullshit either. Sorry, bro, but you haven't won in 4 years. So play your fucking starters. Michigan looked very good against Maryland in a game that they easily could have overlooked.
Right, yeah.
All
they had to do was win. They didn't need to win big.
But they did.
Right.
Which is even better.
Right,
like, hey,
exactly.
dude, get ready for the next week because you're going to need all of that firepower to go against Ohio State. You're going to need every fucking ounce of it to go against Ohio State. Even if Tate and Jeremiah Smith are out, that's the best defense in the nation. So you're going to need all the firepower you can get here. And I thought they looked very impressive. So, no, that was not a homer pick with Maryland. Like, that's just the way it shook out. Now, we'll flip this to the next one because it's not just the teams that I'm unhappy with and the kids.
Yeah.
It's the coaches as well. This Lane Kiffin thing for Ole Miss stinks. And Saban laid it out on Saturday in words that I fucking love Nick Saban, by the way. Greatest of all time, in my opinion. And I
elite on television.
Elite on television as well. He broke it down of his anger for it as well on the coaching side of this, where the players are holding their teams hostage.
Yeah.
Coaches are now holding their teams hostage. And with Ole Miss, you got a fucking program that is probably in the playoffs.
No, they're in. They have 10 wins. They're in the playoffs.
Right.
And they're
even if they lose on Friday to Mississippi State, right?
Yes.
They're in?
Let me see.
I think they're in, even if they lose to Mississippi State. Because they're ranked number 6.
They are for sure in. They are 10-1. They have 10 wins. They're in. They have already qualified for the playoff.
I think so, too.
Yes. There's no way they don't make it.
Even if they lose to Mississippi State, right?
Yeah, they're in.
We're on board with this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what Nick Saban was saying, and I didn't know this, and it makes sense now, was he was saying that because of the portal, coaches have to decide, the universities have to decide what they're going to do moving forward, because if your coach dips, you're going to lose all your fucking recruits.
A ton of recruits and
NIL, the money
and the guys there, they'll transfer.
The guys that are there, they'll transfer. And Lane Kiffin, this ultimatum, I'm going to use in air quotes because they did. It's not. It's an actual ultimatum from the school. Now, the AD released a statement. Did you see it?
No, I did not see that.
So on Saturday, the day after the game, they're going to hold a press conference and say what the future is on Lane Kiffin. The AD said he met with him. He put out the statement on his own on Twitter.
Yeah.
And we all read it. And he says, look, we don't have a choice here, man. Like
they have to know. You cannot wait because Ole Miss is in the playoff, right? That means their season is going to extend. They're probably not going to get a bye. They could still make the SEC champ game and could still win it. A couple things have to shake out just because they don't have the tiebreaker over Georgia.
Okay.
And they don't control their own destiny.
Right.
Let me put it that way. But they could still get in. So anyway, they have to know, because if Ole Miss makes the playoff and then if they get a bye or they win in the first round and then maybe they win one of those games, like they wouldn't know if they have to hire a new coach or not until February, which is a nightmare.
Correct.
Like that can sink your program for years.
Yeah.
A lot of the candidates are gone. It fucks up recruiting and transfer portal
They
shit.
will all be gone after the Heisman thing, because think of how many candidates that aren't going to be in the top 12. Sorry, some of those other coaches are getting picked off then. It's like, all right, great. Immediately.
And everyone who fired their coach, obviously, they're not going to the playoffs. So, I mean, yeah, it puts you in a really bad fucking spot if you are in the playoff and you don't know if your coach is going to stay or not. Now, that's definitely also going to happen to, like, maybe Vanderbilt, definitely Tulane. Like, those coaches will be... But that's just kind of...
But here's the thing. The two schools you named still have a shot at the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. Their coaches are... I don't know about Clark Lee. I haven't heard like a ton about Clark Lee, but Summerall, Tulane's definitely getting hired somewhere else if they make it. And it wouldn't surprise me if the JMU guy, if they make it, also gets hired away. But he'll coach out the playoffs. It's just that then JMU or Tulane or even Vanderbilt might be also fucked the way Ole Miss is fucked.
Right.
Oh, I mean, Ole Miss has to do this.
And if I'm an Ole Miss fan out there... Holy Christ, am I angry. I mean, it's been forever. I can't remember Ole Miss. I don't think they've ever made a BCS game. I don't know that they've ever made a... Have they won a national championship?
I don't think they have a national championship. They've never won an SEC championship game. They do have, like, SEC championships from before the conference championship game existed.
Right.
But they've never made Atlanta. And if they have a national championship, it's a fucking old one.
I mean, I can't remember it in... my 34 years on this earth. So
let's see. No, they have not won a football national championship.
So you finally got this team. You were very good to this coach who's had a fucking checkered past over and over and over again. You gave him everything you possibly could. And then he could just say, fuck you, I'm gone. Because, look, I a few weeks ago, I made the predictions of where these guys were going, and people asked me about the James Franklin thing. How'd you know? I'm in these fucking meetings every week, so I shouldn't be. But I hear this every single week. Here's what I've been told. LSU is backing up the truck, and they have a blank check. Now, it's down to two. It's down to them in Florida. Florida is trying to match. So first offer from LSU was 90. Florida matched it at 90. LSU came back and said 98. He's fucking gone. Ole Miss cannot afford to pay this. I'm sorry. They do not have that kind of cash. He is fucking out of there. Nor would you pay a coach that much knowing that you can't use any money on NIL, all of it's going on a coach, and he still might take off? Like I don't know what he's going to do.
I mean, the only threat of leaving LSU would be to leave for the NFL. Or Florida.
Because, the other rumor that I've heard is that he's going to put Orgeron on the staff, reunite their dominance from you. I guess they were working on the OCs together during the USC days.
They were at USC at the same time.
Both.
I believe Orgeron was the interim after Lane got fired.
So both. Now, I know that he's going to LSU. This is a done deal.
You think so?
Sorry. Yeah. It's a great job. They got money. And they got a fucking wealth of talent. The other thing that I really want to point out on all these recruiting trips that really makes a difference, and this is one of the major advantages of Ohio State, how to get in there, airport, family, all that other shit, right? Because they're coming in, they're flying in, everything else. Ohio State's airport, which is a major airport, Columbus, it's a nice airport, I like it, is 14 minutes from the stadium.
Yeah.
So you go into a major city, plenty of hotels, plenty of great food, restaurants, all that other stuff. You get in that fucking car, you're 14 minutes to the stadium,
right.
Good to go, and there's nonstops all over the country.
Yeah.
Getting to Oxford is a fucking nightmare, dude.
Absolute
and
nightmare.
Same with Penn State, by the way.
Yeah.
It's
Penn
not
State's
an
probably
easy,
worse, to be honest.
I agree. Because that airport, there's 4 gates.
Yeah.
4 gates there, and that's it. One restaurant that I jokingly love there, and I like it. And if you can get on one of those flights, there's only a couple a day. Yeah, it can be great, but it's still not a nonstop anywhere you go.
No. Baton Rouge has a proper airport, I guess. You're also only an hour away from New
Orleans. And you have all that. Yeah. And then you got the talent, and then the whole state's behind you, and the governor, and all the other shit that you need.
Well, they're behind you until they're behind you with a gun to your head.
Correct. And look, what's that number? And it's $100 million.
Yeah.
That's the number where somebody could put a gun to my head and be like, all right, great. What do you want me to do? 100 million? Like, for real.
I'm just saying, though, like, they don't have a lot of patience.
Doesn't matter, though.
So we better start winning.
Hey, for Lane, somebody gives you 100 million, they fire you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I go be an analyst on TV.
They might be putting themselves in a position where they just can't fire him. Like, he might work out the contract just because they're like, we can't afford to pay another buyout like this.
I would imagine. But that's what every college is now going through. Yeah. And it sucks. So, like, for the Ole Miss fans, your student body, the players, everybody else, because, like, it sucks, dude. They bought into this guy.
Yeah.
He's going to leave.
You're as relevant as you've ever been. Literally as relevant as you've ever been.
And you're going to the playoffs. As long as it's I think if it's close.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. 10 wins, they're in.
So what do you do? Because, all right, let me throw this hypothetical at you here. Let's say they win the Egg Bowl.
Yeah.
And the way it shakes out and they get into the SEC championship.
Yeah.
The announcement's coming on Saturday. Are you telling me that you're not going to have Lane Kiffin as the coach of Ole Miss the following Saturday for the SEC championship?
I would imagine he would coach out through the end of the year. I would hope.
I would ask for that.
That's an all-time dirtbag move to be like, sorry, boys, and then just peace out.
But if you're the university, because I've really put some thought into this. If you're the university, what message does that send if you don't fire a guy knowing he's going to leave your program and saying, hey, this motherfucker thought he was bigger than Ole Miss? No. Ole Miss is bigger than every other coach. Fuck off. I don't even care if it is
you're
the
not
playoffs.
coaching the playoff. Get out. Yeah.
I mean, there's something to that where you've got to at least put your foot down and be like, hey, this can never happen again.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, you got to tell him to fuck off.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
But
like,
then
if you're leaving, then leave.
What does that do to your team? Does it inspire your team? Does it go to an interim coach? Like, Penn State's been playing a lot better.
The good news is that Lane doesn't really call plays or anything. Like, they have an OC and a DC. So, you would just have an interim come in and presumably the play calling would remain relatively the same. Obviously, like, Lane has input on shit and stuff like that. But
sure.
Yeah. Like, it wouldn't be.
Nothing would make me happier than Lane to get fired. He goes to LSU, and then this team goes on and wins the
Natty.
That
would be fucking
hilarious to me.
Yeah.
I would love it because after Ohio State's bullshit this year, like, cool, man, either these two guys play and then you blow everybody out by 60 and it was all worth it. Otherwise, you can fuck right off with this shit.
Oh, if Ohio State doesn't win,
Miss.
It's because of all of that.
Oh, I agree. There's so many distractions now with all of this shit that it's like, fuck. It's so weird to see because these are fucking 18 and 19-year-olds who are dictating billion-dollar franchises where it's like, if this is the NFL, we just saw it happen over the weekend with Brandon Ayuk from the 49ers. So they go, oh, cool, you're not showing up to meetings? That $26 million guaranteed bonus is now gone. Fuck off. And sorry, you're going to have to sue because you didn't show up for shit. Yeah, man, it's these motherfuckers are all acting like they're in the NFL. On the meantime, here, obviously we'll go over last week's here because we'll lead into rivalry week. Texas A&M, I know it was Stanford, it's FCS, whatever, right? But they're getting ready for this Texas game. Texas looked a lot better this week. What do you think here?
I think Arkansas sucks.
But did you look at the games? They were all very, very close.
Yeah.
Texas beat the shit out of them.
This is a good matchup for Texas too, because Arkansas specifically sucks at defense. So it's Arch
this was the best I ever saw Arch look.
Yeah, he looked good, and his numbers have gotten a lot better. Texas is absolutely good enough to beat A&M at home. But I mean, I don't know. I'm still a little worried because now the Texas defense doesn't look like it's very good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Here's their last 4 games, right? Their last 4 games. 37 to Arkansas, 35 to Georgia, 31 to Vandy, and 38 to Mississippi State.
Oh, and didn't they play South Carolina?
No, not this is Texas, not Texas A&M.
Texas, yes. Yeah.
So they've been getting fucking gashed for a month.
Yep.
And A&M can score, essentially. And when Texas has faced like a stiff defense, which A&M has, I think the defense might be the better side of the ball for them. Like, Arch tends to crumble. So I don't love Texas in that spot, but,
right.
You never know. They're definitely good enough to win a home game against basically anyone, with the exception of maybe like one or two teams. But yeah, I think A&M will be fine.
Yeah,
I would have to say.
Georgia A&M would be a great matchup if that ends up happening. I think Georgia's still. I know Texas A&M is ahead of them, but I think Georgia's still the best in this conference.
Yeah, right now it's
personally
on track for Alabama and A&M, I believe. So Alabama
is
needs.
it really?
Yeah, Alabama needs.
That's
to
right.
lose
Bama
the
beats.
Iron Bowl.
Yeah. Well, will they?
They could.
Auburn,
They absolutely could.
This new coach at Auburn is finally using his wide receiver, and it turns out he's got one of the best wide receivers. College, and we had no idea because they never throw him the fucking ball. They threw it against you guys. That's where I found it. I was like, oh shit, who the fuck is this dude?
God damn it! I mean, I read about him in like the game preview from the Mizzou site, and I was like, well, Jackson Arnold sucks, so who knows? And didn't matter. That guy's fucking.
And this is their Super Bowl.
Yep.
You go in and beat Bama, Bama's out
of the playoff.
You ruin their fucking season, dude. This couldn't set up any better for Auburn.
And it's at
Auburn.
Auburn.
No shit.
I mean, it's
gonna be lit.
Yeah.
We got hard AF shit. They doubled the order. It's Circle K down there for hard AF Seltzer.
That game's gonna be
out
fucking
of control.
Electric. Yeah.
Next up was USC versus Oregon. So I've got Oregon in, right?
They're in 10 wins. They're in.
That's it.
They're in.
I don't give a shit what happens in this last game. Is there 5 right now? I know the rankings come out tonight. However, the rankings that came out over the weekend, they leapfrogged Ole Miss.
Yeah, they had a better win this week, I guess. They have 10 wins. They're in. It doesn't matter. And they're pretty much guaranteed to not make the Big Ten championship game.
Okay.
Just with the way the tiebreakers work.
I'm looking at this right now. Like, I watched this game. This was never close, by the way. Like, not really.
No, they controlled it the whole time.
Oregon controlled it the entire time. Like, there was no doubt about this. Next up was Oklahoma, Missouri. So I had money on this game here, and unfortunately, I had it on Missouri, 7.5, and they couldn't.
I thought they'd
cover
keep it
here.
closer than that.
What happened here in this game?
Almost
I didn't
nothing.
get to watch it.
Almost nothing. Oklahoma's not good, and if they end up beating, I think LSU next week, they will be in the playoff. Their offense sucks.
Yes.
They essentially scored 2 touchdowns, right? They scored 2 touchdowns on a 90-yard touchdown pass, and not even like a deep pass, like a slant pass, and he just broke it, bad coverage, whatever. And then they scored the other one on a really short field, I think on a bad punt.
Okay.
They were completely unable to drive the length of the field against a good defense. Because Missouri's defense is excellent. The offense is fucking horrific.
By the way, the week before against Bama, because I watched that game, Oklahoma was equally awful, but they ended up winning it somehow on these weird turnovers.
They win ugly. It is what it is. We didn't even have – well, we did have turnovers, but they didn't – I don't think – they maybe got a field goal off of one of the turnovers. But it was really just truly like a broken coverage, and their receivers zipped through. And it wasn't even a deep ball. It was just – and, then I think it was a shanked punt that gave them a short field, and they scored on that. They could not sustain a drive. That offense is horrific. And I'll give credit to their defense because Venables is a really good defensive coach, and the numbers speak for themselves about their defense, I guess. But, watching that game, I was just like, I think we just suck.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm seeing from Oklahoma's defense because Pribula is bad. Pribula has gotten horrible.
I don't know why, or maybe they've got tape on them and they're finally seeing it. But
I would like us to fire our offensive coordinator. Either way, which I guess will take care of itself if someone hires Drink. OU is whoever they're playing in the first round of the playoff. If they beat LSU this week,
what a gift!
Take it.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, especially if they're playing a team with a solid. All right, let's put it this way. Let's say Indiana loses the Big Ten championship against Ohio State, and Indiana catches Oklahoma in the first round. Give me every ounce of money I own
on Indiana.
The Indiana line.
Yeah. I mean, and then let's take Notre Dame next. So Notre Dame it was 77 in this one.
Blah.
I wouldn't read that much into it. Syracuse, by the way, every single person was out, and they didn't even have bodies there. This was
and Notre Dame
49-0 at halftime.
Notre Dame has to run up the score. Got to be safe.
Yes, and Jeremiah Love, 8 carries, 171 yards, 3 touchdowns. He touched the ball. He scored 60-yard touchdowns every single time, and they got him out of there.
He's got to go to New York.
I agree. He's the best running back in the nation, in my opinion.
Yep.
They're without a doubt. So I said this a couple weeks ago. If this guy doesn't get one of the 5 seats up there, and by the way, Heisman is another thing that I hate about the Heisman. Oh, sometimes we only take 3 or 4. Use all fucking 5, dude. Like, there's enough. There's always enough every fucking year. Jeremiah Love absolutely deserves to be there. He's the best running back in the nation. Probably be the first off the board and for the NFL,
totally.
and get the fuck out of here. So put him up there. He deserves it. But Notre Dame, the highest they can go, remember, is 5 because they don't play in a conference.
Nope, not true.
Oh, did they switch it this year?
Yeah, it's just the 4 highest ranked. It doesn't have to be a conference winner for the bye. So they can get a bye.
Will they get a bye?
I don't think so at 10-2. I think
I don't think so
I think
either.
it would take a lot of weird shit shaking out.
Now let me ask you this one, because this is where it gets fascinating
Yeah.
to me. Miami was 13 last week. We'll
Yep.
see what they are tonight.
Not going down.
2 losses.
Yep. Beat Notre Dame.
But they beat Notre Dame,
Yep.
and Notre Dame has 2 losses, and Notre Dame is 4 slots ahead of them. I don't understand that.
So here's my thinking on that, is that if Notre Dame played in the ACC, they right now would be qualified for the conference championship game.
Okay.
And Miami has not, because Miami has 2 in-conference losses.
Yep.
2 bad in-conference
Yeah.
losses, to be honest. So, yeah, they beat them head-to-head week 1, but, like, I don't think they beat them head-to-head today. And obviously that game still matters and everything, but if you have identical records and you beat them, but your losses are worse than their losses. I mean, the other game they lost to was fucking Texas A&M, Notre Dame.
Do you slot in Notre Dame at 6 when this is all said and done? Miami at 11, and replay that convicts versus Catholics?
Miami has no business being in the playoff. They didn't even qualify for their conference championship game.
I agree.
Like, they still can technically, but it's going to take like 4 different things.
But you're going to get 4 different things happening over the course of the next 2 weeks. I think it benefits them.
No, this is the last week.
No. Of conference play.
Yeah.
Whoever loses these championships, let's say you're down there at like 9 or 10 and you lose, you're going to pop back behind Miami and Miami's going to go up.
Yeah. Miami's not in a good position right now because I can see what the CFP is doing. SMU got ranked in this week's AP poll. My guess is they're going to get ranked in the CFP rankings as well. Now, do they get ranked in? So, by the way, in the AP poll was really interesting this week. Both Tulane and JMU were ranked ahead of SMU.
Okay.
Which means that JMU and Tulane, if the season ended today and they were conference champions, would take the final 2 conference champion highest ranked slots, even though that's the AP. I think the CFP might shake out similarly. So,
yeesh. I'd put Miami in over both of those teams.
I don't want
JMU and Tulane. I mean, that's not going to be close. I don't give a fuck who they play. It's not going to be close. Sorry. It's going to be a home game for whoever it is in the first round against those guys.
JMU could beat Oklahoma. I would bet JMU. If JMU was playing Oklahoma, I would bet JMU.
Oklahoma will show out for that home game. They haven't had any luck in a long time. No, I'd still take Oklahoma in that game. Alabama rolls. Big surprise, Eastern Illinois. BYU is still fucking hanging around, dude.
So right now we're looking at a BYU Tech Big 12 championship.
Everybody else, the SEC's got to be rooting for Tech in this one because if BYU wins, they're in.
Yes, although they're both 1-loss teams, so it wouldn't surprise me if they both got in at this point. If they're both 11-win teams, like if they both win next week and both have 11 wins, they're both in.
I don't know. I think if BYU lost twice to Tech,
that
would bump them out.
But but that means you only have 1 loss, really. Like you've only lost to 1 team all year. One team.
I don't think they want to see it. If you're going to put JMU and Tulane in there and BYU,
well, that's just the way the rules work.
I know, but like
it's not like they wouldn't do it if they didn't have to.
God,
you know what I mean?
Dude,
like
that would be the worst first round, though. I mean, the most lopsided first round you could possibly get.
Yeah, but I just think I've said this before. Any P4 team that has 11 wins is getting into the playoff. Any SEC or Big Ten team that has 10 wins is getting into the playoff. So if BYU and Tech both finish the regular season with 11 wins, you can just count. I think both their tickets are punched.
So what happens with Utah? Because Utah is 12. They were down by 30 this game.
Unlucky.
I turned it off.
Yeah.
And came back later, and I was like, whoa. They came back and won this fucking game, 51-47.
I mean, Utah has no path to the Big 12 championship game because they lost to both Tech and BYU. I don't think it matters. I don't think they get in.
Okay.
Even at 10-2, which they probably will be.
They shouldn't be, in my opinion, Bob. So I'm fine.
Yeah. I mean, look, their 2 losses are extremely excusable, right? Like they lost to 2 potential 11-win teams, and that's it.
Yeah.
And, you can take solace in that, I guess. Well, we lost to 2 playoff teams. I mean, all of Missouri's losses have been to playoff teams, like probably. So doesn't make me feel much better, but at least they're not losing shitty games. But yeah, Utah's going to get left out at 10-2.
By the way, this Miami-Virginia Tech game that was up next, James Franklin was actually at this game on the sidelines.
Good.
In a hoodie. And
he's ready.
God, he looks, with that hoodie on, he looks like the coach of a Virginia Tech. Like, it is a perfect fit.
He's ready.
And
good on Virginia Tech.
I agree.
They moved fast. That's a great hire. I would have, if Drink leaves Missouri, I would have loved to have gotten James Franklin. So I think that's a great hire.
I look at this Virginia Tech team, and I think he turns this program around in 2 years tops.
You got people are gassing up Clark Lee for what he's doing at Vanderbilt. People forget James Franklin turned Vanderbilt around from nothing before he got the Penn State job. So he's done this before. And Virginia Tech,
he will do it here.
Yeah,
Mark
I think he
my
will.
words.
I absolutely think he will. And I actually understand why he took the Virginia Tech job, because I think it's
less
just
stress,
a clearer path too in the SEC as opposed to the SEC or Big Ten.
Fuck yeah, dude! And you don't have to deal with the shit. So I think it's a great move for both. A lot of people hit me up and they were like, "Hey, why would you give up $49 million?" And I was like, "Well, I think you forget if you still want to coach and you want to fucking live every day."
He wants to work. He wants to
work.
Yeah.
He's a young dude. So the difference was Penn State will pay out 9 out of this contract, which they got really lucky with this.
Yeah.
So great. They don't have one of these massive contracts to pay off like a Jimbo Fisher or somebody like that. So the final number was 9. I think he got 41.5 from Virginia Tech. He still gets to coach. He still makes exactly the same money he was making at Penn State. What's the fucking harm in that? I don't get it. There's some people bitching about it, but I'm like, sorry, man. He wants to work. Who cares?
He's not like an artist where it's like, okay,
you're
banned. Like all the movie studios have banned you from working for 3 years.
Right.
Like they paid you, but you can't work for 3 years. And it's not like he can go. I guess he could go coach a high school team, but he didn't want to do that.
I wouldn't do that. Yeah. He's a fucking college
football
coach.
Like an artist, you can go all right, fine, I'll podcast or make shit on social media or whatever for 2 years.
Enter Sandman comes on, like everybody's fucking all in there. Vandy beat Kentucky. They had to. Pavia, monster day. They're trying to get him the Heisman at least.
Doesn't deserve it.
Trying to get him there. But I think he deserves to be there.
Maybe. I don't know. I would take Ty Simpson in over him. Let's say you got 5. It's Mendoza saying for sure.
He's got 3,000
Jeremiah Love
yards, 26 touchdowns, 6 INTs.
Yeah, and he's got rushing touchdowns too. He probably deserves to be there. I just don't think he's that good.
I think he's good. I think the team around him isn't, and it's hard to judge.
Anytime he's played a defense with a pulse.
But they don't. Vanderbilt has no one on that team, so it's like it is. I can't even name a receiver or a running back. Nothing for these guys. He is the running back. Shit, he had led the team with 48 yards rushing.
Yeah.
And ran 15 times.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Pittsburgh versus Georgia Tech. All right, watch this game.
Game of the fucking week.
Man, if you're Georgia Tech, this has been one of the worst collapses of all time.
Yep.
And
they're probably out of the playoffs.
They're out.
Almost certainly. If Miami's not getting in, they're not getting in.
They're 4 slots lower than Miami. They're out.
Yeah, they're done.
Gone,
they're done.
Unless they beat Georgia.
They have to beat Georgia to even have a prayer. To even have a prayer. They basically have no shot at the ACC title game, which is lining up, I think, SMU and Virginia would be the slotted teams today.
Mm-hmm.
And Pitt needs one of those teams to lose to get in because I think they don't hold the tie break or something like that.
Right. Texas beat the shit out of Arkansas is impressive.
Yeah, they've turned. I credit to Texas.
Good.
They've turned the season around.
Physically, he in real life, on the field, he's a giant person.
Yeah,
and he's got the skills and he's got the body for it. It just depends on if they can turn this around next year. And I think closing out your season with A&M, great way to get ready for next year. He's obviously coming back next year, and hopefully he can turn it around. I have a feeling with the Mannings behind him, they're probably going to look at all the game tape over the summer and be like, "Here's what you did. Let's improve this and then get you to where you need to be." I think he'll probably be fine. We'll see.
Look, he'll be good enough. He'll be good enough. They need to. The team will be older. And they did have to replace their whole offensive line. I would be scared of Texas next year.
Yeah. They could definitely do some damage. Michigan looked great against Maryland. They're ready for the game, and that's what you want to see. Even their new running back, 20 carries, 100 yards, 3 touchdowns in this. They did all the right things in this. So both those teams have overlooked Maryland forever, and the fact that they won so convincingly, 45-20, it's exactly what you want out of your fucking team. Tennessee versus Florida. This was never, ever, ever close.
No, and this is not what you want to see.
If you're 31-0 at halftime, and then they just kind of gave up after
If
this.
you're Vanderbilt, that is not the result you want to see the week before. Tennessee is going to come in ready to fucking murder.
Oh, yeah.
They want to end Vandy's season.
Yep. They want to end all of this and say, hey, we're the guys in the States.
Yep.
Stop pulling out your fucking dicks, and we're here. Illinois losing to Wisconsin was a shocker.
That's bad.
That's
bad.
a bad loss, dude. And, fuck. It's if you're trying to turn your program around, you need to finish in the top 25, which they might.
They might.
That's whew. Meanwhile, Wisconsin's had, a couple decent wins here in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, maybe they're turning around. Who knows?
Next up, TCU beating Houston. That's why I never bet on this shit. Week to week, I tell you, these fringe teams, it could be anyone. Well, it was TCU beating Houston this week, so they're gone. Tulane ended up rolling. Are they still in?
Oh, yeah, they're in. Yep.
And then Arizona State smashed Colorado here. What do you do with Deion Sanders?
Fire him. He sucks. He's not a good coach.
I agree.
Not a good coach. Remotely. His best year, they made the Alamo Bowl, and he had a Heisman winner.
And his son, starting now and winning games for the Browns.
Yeah.
Which is wild to me. The last Browns rookie to win his first starting game was Eric Zier in 1995.
Yeah.
Played against him in high school. He beat the shit out of us. I think it was 55-0 on homecoming. God damn, dude. He played for Marietta High School, and then he was the starting quarterback at the University of Georgia. He was very good. All right, we got some sponsors here. Put the shit wagon on the air. First and foremost, MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Look, if you're not gambling on this entire week, dude, what's the story for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, they are doing a special where I think any touchdown in the Eagles-Bears game, my 8-3 Bears, gets you a win.
They won again.
Yeah, gets you a win.
What do we got that night? So on Thanksgiving
So
night,
that game's on Friday.
No, well, here's the thing, though. So we got Thanksgiving, right?
Right.
So Thanksgiving, Packers, Lions, love.
That's a great game.
Chiefs, Cowboys.
Great game.
Love. Bengals, Ravens.
Meh. Be interesting.
Well, Flacco's going back.
It's a must-win for the Ravens. They basically can't lose.
Flacco's going back to Baltimore.
Yeah.
That's a fun storyline, I guess. That's the night game, and then the Amazon Prime Black Friday game, as they're calling it, is Bears the Eagles, which is also a good game.
Yeah.
Tickets are going for $332.
Time to see what the Bears are made of.
Eagles too, man. I mean, they fucking choked away that game yesterday in spectacular fashion. Luckily, I teased it up, dude, and I had it +4. So I got my 1 point in that one, and the parlay hit for $1,500. But man, that was close. Can't believe they fucking choked like that. So anytime touchdown for the Friday game on Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Okay. Get you some money there?
Yep.
But you have to pick a player, right?
No.
Okay.
Just one of the teams got to score a touchdown. It's one of those.
Touchdown,
one of those gimme bet. I mean, this type of game where it could be a bunch of field
Bears
goals.
Might not. Yeah, I don't know anymore. I mean, it's getting weird in the NFL. But tons of shit about it. Also, the Heisman Trophy race. Okay, so we were incorrect about this. You now get to vote through the championship game. So Heisman voting isn't due until Monday after the championship games. When I was watching the Ohio State game on Saturday, they said, well, it looks like that's Mendoza versus Sayin game if they make the Big Ten championship will be for the Heisman.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit.
Which
so they
pretty
changed
much,
it.
yeah, that's what it's going to be, which makes it extra exciting.
But here's the thing. If you're the defense for Ohio State, you could literally win your quarterback a Heisman if you want. And maybe that's why they took him out of the Rutgers game. I don't fucking know, man.
The odds are getting interesting.
What are they?
San has dropped to third on the odds.
Who's it to?
Love.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he done? Oh, no, they got one more game against Stanford next week.
Yes, and then he doesn't play in a conference championship game.
No, so that'll hurt.
That will hurt.
What is San at?
He's at plus 430. He's third favorite.
Oof.
And then Pavi is fourth favorite. Marcel Reed is fifth favorite. After that.
I think all 5 of those guys should be there. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. But look, if you're out there, great time to bet on this shit. I don't believe in Mendoza. And, like, if you're betting on him to have a great game against Ohio State's defense, I don't give a shit if the offensive players start. Good luck against that fucking defense, bro. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. This is the most wide open it's been in a very long time. And those receivers would have played for Ohio State. They could have shut the door pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, sorry, we don't feel like playing. Great.
But you know what? San's got more years to win a Heisman.
One more.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be the first quarterback in the draft. I've never seen a ball come out of somebody's hands like that. That kid is unbelievable. And even in this game, there was 4 drops, or else there was only one bad pass that he threw. And then the other one was out of bounds on purpose. Otherwise, he would have been perfect.
Yeah.
I've never seen a quarterback this accurate in my entire life. And the way he spins the ball, because he's a small guy. And when I say small, he's kind of like Aaron Rodgers, where he's thin, about 6 feet and a half, 6'1"-ish, somewhere in there. But he's very thin, and when you see him in real life, you're like, man, this is not an impressive human being.
He's a kid, though.
He is.
You know what I mean? Like, he'll put on some mass. Not that he needs to put on a lot.
I don't know what to do with him, to be honest with you. Because when you're throwing it like that, it reminds me of Rodgers, where, like, Rodgers never put on any mass because
But you know what? Like,
he could just throw.
Mahomes isn't a beefy guy. Burrow's not a beefy guy.
No. Burrow's he's the same way.
Slender
body,
guy. Yeah.
So
I think he's taller, though, I think.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, he's like 6'3", 6'4", I think.
So if you're out there and you're betting this in real life, hey, dude, it's wide open. Get your picks in now. Super Bowl picks, get them in now. Rams rolled again last night. Our boy Baker is out. So
Baker's
the
out, but I think
MVP race,
Stafford's
wide open. Has to be the favorite right now.
He has
to
be.
Jesus Christ. Lit it up again yesterday. They look great. Stop putting Kyron Williams on punt returns, though. It's your only running back. You fucking dumb shits. Like, what? If there's no one else that can do that, you fucking idiots. That was the one thing I was like, huh?
Yeah.
I was like, you're up by 30, and he's returning punts? Let's not do that. But, yeah, again, a million things to bet on. You're going to be with your family. You're going to want money on all this other shit. And I'll have all the bets up for you, dude. Same as always for Thanksgiving and Friday, Saturday, everything else. The only bet that will be late is Ohio State. I am going to wait until an hour before kick to post that because I don't know who's playing, and I think that spread is still too high if those guys don't play.
Oh, I think I would just take Michigan to cover regardless. I think that game's going to be tight. Oh.
If Smith and Carnell play, no. If they don't, if they do, then yes, for sure. So that's where I'll go. I'm being totally honest. I will take Michigan in the points if those guys are out. If they're not, I'm going the other way with it. But I'll be like you guys. It'll be an hour before game time. The worst was the COVID game because he didn't announce it 30 minutes until before.
Yeah.
And my bets were in, and they were locked, and they were on Drinkin Sports on
God
Facebook, and 13 guys were out with COVID, and it was just like, cool, you didn't want to tell me that? Fucking, I don't know, 6 hours
Obviously,
in
he doesn't want to tell you that. He doesn't want to tell anyone that. You don't want the other team to know.
I don't think legally you should be allowed to do that.
There needs to be rules.
It's got to be NFL injury reporting.
But if you don't have to, why would you?
I guess, but so many people are betting on this. Again, we're paying for players now. This bullshit is over. So go to MyBookie.com, enter that promo code Drinkin Bros to double that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Next up is DrinkinBrosTickets.com. Tickets, besides the Ravens on Thanksgiving here, are pricey. It's a bucket list item. I didn't really know because I chatted with my wife about it, and we're gonna take the kids for a couple days out of town. And I said, hey, you want to go to a game or whatever? And I looked at these Cowboys tickets. I was like, oh shit, god damn, these are high. So are the Detroit Lions. And I was like, oh, you didn't hear that? Like, this is a bucket list item. And I was like,
people love
I guess so. Yeah, going to a game on Thanksgiving would be fun. It'd be fun, but everything else is pretty cheap. Rivalry week, though, no. Texas A&M, expensive. Ohio State, Michigan, expensive. Sorry. The rest of the shit will be cheaper, but it's $10 cheaper than StubHub. So if you are going, go ahead and pop on and get tickets there. And if you are going to these games and you're going to Thanksgiving and everything else, get some hard AF Seltzer from hardafseltzer.com. Go to the store locator, enter your city or zip. It'll take you to the closest location nearest you. We will be doing a live watch for Ohio State, Michigan on Saturday. I'll be drinking all day for that. And then Texas A&M. I think I'm going to that game with Derek Wolf. He's coming to town tomorrow. Should be a banger of a game. It's on Friday nights.
Yeah.
It's the Friday night game. So that should be fun. And, last but not least here, the Final Inch is out now. Hardback, paperback, your mom's back, wetbacks, everything. Finished up number 1 in comedy. Number 5 bestseller list last week and on Amazon. So thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. All the feedback and everything else has been the same of like, hey, how did you get it to feel like a 1950s, 60s textbook? It took a lot of fucking work, but we figured it out. And now that it's out, I can say this. I didn't get my final copy until 48 hours before. So if it sucked, there was nothing I could do about it. That's serious. There's no going back.
Well,
because you get these proofs, but they're always fucking late. And it was just like, God damn, dude. I hope this is good. Luckily, it turned out fantastic. Thank you for all the fucking pictures, reviews, and all that other stuff on Amazon. All right, let's get to the picks here for Rivalry Week. Starting off with Lane Kiffin. Early game this year on a Friday. Usually, it's the Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, and I want it back on Thanksgiving.
So do I, but I'm not.
At least the NFL games are good, yeah.
As a guy who doesn't have a dog in this fight,
Yeah.
at 11 a.m. on a Friday,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not doing dick.
Locked
but
into
watching this fucking game.
Yeah.
All in. This is Ole Miss -6.5. Who you got?
I like Ole Miss. They're going to be playing probably for a bye, potentially, and potentially to make the SEC championship game, but they need help to do that. I just watched Missouri play Mississippi State like 2 weeks ago, so I watched them pretty close, and like they've kept some games close this year and everything, but like they're bad. Like they make a lot of mistakes. They're sloppy. I think Ole Miss handles business here.
I do too, and it's 6.5. That's exactly the fucking teaser that I need here. Teaser as far as like tease me into fucking betting on this straight up. If it was higher than 7 or 7.5, I would have said no.
Yeah.
But it is a rivalry. I just wonder how locked in these kids are, how locked in he is. Like, what do you say? Because it is 11 a.m. It's a true 11 a.m. game. And it is at Mississippi State.
And they're showing out. Tickets are $130.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, that's
expensive.
That's last
for
row.
Starkville.
Mississippi State?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's a whole
year's
year's salary.
They
for
want
those
this
guys.
dub. They want to fuck with Ole Miss for
sure. So do I. And the over-under is 62.5 in this game. So, yeah. But it also could be a game where Lane Kiffin says, here's how great I am, and here's what you're paying $100 million for.
Right.
Let me fucking light the candle. And then go into the playoffs on a high.
And also, like, just don't take any chances. I do think every SEC team and Big Ten team that has 10 wins will get in, but, like, don't risk it. Because 11, there's no question you're in. Like, so.
Let me ask you this. If they're 11-1.
Yeah.
Let's say they miss the SEC championship.
Yeah.
Are they top 4?
So that's the question.
Do they get a bye?
If they win this game and they move up to, like, probably 4 at best. It really just depends on, they'll need a little help elsewhere. But
let's say Ohio State beats the shit out of Indiana and it's like 50-7.
Right. You could probably see Indiana dropping out of the top 4. If A&M beats Alabama in the scenario that Ole Miss doesn't get in, but they have 11 wins, my guess is Bama drops below them. I think they get a bye if they get a bye, if they win 11 games, don't make the SEC championship game, and A&M beats Bama in the championship, I think Ole Miss probably ends up with a bye.
Oof. And then what if they don't have a coach and a bye?
Yeah. Well, the other problem is, though, so Georgia right now.
This is a mess. Dude.
Georgia right now is also at 10-1, and
Yeah?
they wouldn't play either in the SEC championship game.
Really?
So, yeah, because Bama beat them. So
that's right.
if Bama wins the Iron Bowl, and A&M is in already, I think.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know what happened if they lost Texas. But either way, Georgia will still be above.
At least it would get A&M out of the top 5.
Maybe. If they lost to Texas?
Yeah.
They're 3 right now. Yeah, that might knock them out of the top. That would knock them out of the top 4 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they win the SEC championship,
right, there's a good chance Ole Miss can still get a bye.
I know.
Essentially,
I mean that's what makes the story even stranger. So yeah, give me Ole Miss here, and I think Kiffin's going to say fuck.
They
you
have
guys.
a ton to play for.
Yeah, I think he's going to say fuck you guys. Next up is Utah at Kansas, same time, 11 a.m. Utah minus 11.5. Who you got?
Utah all day. If they have, they have an outside shot to make the playoff, an outside shot. So they need to win, and they need to win big. Utah rolls. This is like a 20-point win.
Yeah, tickets are $8 to this, so Kansas
no
isn't
one's
showing up to this game.
one's going.
That's one. Two, to Bob's point, you've got to win fucking big because they're sitting at 12 currently today.
Yes.
You got to win real fucking big. So this 11.5, yeah, they got to win by more than that. And they have everything in the world to play for. So I think they fucking go for broke in this goddamn game and try to win 60 to fucking 7.
Yeah, they roll, no question.
So, yeah. Next up, Georgia versus Georgia Tech. This is Georgia minus 12.5. Keep in mind, this is at a neutral site. It's Mercedes-Benz Stadium there in downtown Atlanta. Who you got in this one?
Georgia, all day. They're going to roll them. Georgia has beaten up at basically everyone they play. Like, Georgia's had a really good, quiet season. They lost to Alabama, obviously, and had to squeak
close game.
Had to squeak one out against Tennessee, but since then, blew out Kentucky. Double-digit win over Auburn. Double-digit win over Ole Miss. Florida was tight. That's fine. It's a rivalry game. Blew out Mississippi State. Blew out Texas. Like, they're rolling. Georgia Tech is not that good. They're going to get pushed around. I love a big Georgia win here, too. And again, Georgia, who right now does not control their own SEC championship destiny, if they want any chance at a bye, they need a big win.
Right.
So, yeah, there's a lot of motivation for them to beat the fuck out of Georgia Tech.
I agree here. And, this game was close last year. I don't think it's this close this year. I think Georgia wins. This will be in a teaser for me. I'd love to see this at like 5.5, just in case Georgia Tech is Georgia Tech again and they start playing some dirty, grimy football, which is what they do.
Yep.
And they muck it up. And they even had a chance at the end of last week to come back and win that game.
Yeah.
They pissed it away on their own. But
they're scrappy. I'll give them that.
They are, man. And so this will be in a teaser. But, yeah, I'm all over Georgia. Next up is Indiana, Purdue. This is Indiana minus 28.5 here. Does it matter for them?
No. I kind of feel like they'll cover it. But if I had to pick something, I like taking these Indiana overs that are in like the low 50s, high 40s, because I feel like they might score 50 on their own.
Yeah, and they might. I just don't know what at this point, you're number 2 and heading into because they're going to beat Purdue. There's no doubt about this. There's nothing in Purdue that suggests they could win this game.
No, and they kill bad teams.
So what's the use of running up the score now when you know you're playing Ohio State or Michigan?
Getting Mendoza the Heisman.
Yeah, and that would be because this is the last game, right?
In the Big Ten championship.
Yeah. So maybe it is. I don't bet it. It's just too many points for me because I don't know what
I would love to see what the Mendoza props are for this later in the week. Because if like over passing touchdown, rushing touchdown, whatever, like yards, I
agree. But goddamn, are all of these on Friday? They are.
Yeah, it's a good Friday slate.
It's a banger of a Friday because the next game is Texas A&M against Texas. This is A&M minus 2.5. Who you got?
I like A&M. I like A&M to cover that. I do think that's about right on the line. Like they might only win by like 3 to 6 points. Yeah. I just think again, this is the best defense that Texas will have faced since Georgia, and they're probably their defense is A&M's defense is better than Georgia's probably. Texas had problems against every good defense they played. Ohio State. They scored 23 on Oklahoma, but not all of those were offensive touchdowns.
Right.
I think they only put up 16 against Oklahoma on offense or something like that. So like it's not like their offense has been good against good defenses. It fucking hasn't.
No.
So yeah, I like A&M to put the clamps on Texas.
I did too. I'm taking A&M minus 2.5. I think field goal game, touchdown game, but A&M wins this fucking game. They had one slip up against South Carolina. Other than that, they look pretty fucking solid all year. Next up is Arizona versus Arizona State. This is Arizona -1.5. Who you got?
Give me the home-ranked dog.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Same. Give me the home dog here. Don't really know why this is where it's at.
Yeah, that's a mystery to me. I'd have to look into who's playing or not playing. I think Sam Levitt's fine.
This Tyson kid is supposed to be one of the top wide receivers taken.
He's really good.
He's only got 59 catches. If I'm him, I'm wondering why. I guess this is his last game.
Oh, Levitt's out. Sam Levitt's
quarterback?
injured for the rest of the season. That makes sense.
Yeesh. Then I don't bet this game.
Yeah, I'd stay off it.
Yep. If the starting quarterback's out, he's out. So nobody's throwing at Tyson then? Yeah. That sucks. Sorry, man. I'll stay away from that. Next up, we got Ohio State's at Michigan. The game. Fox Big Noon will be there. 27 degrees at kickoff. This is an old school smack 'em yak 'em game here. Ohio State -9.5. I want to remind you the spread has dropped 3 points overnight, which is a lot. So somebody knows something.
Right.
Or Michigan fans are betting. I don't know. But who you got, Bob?
I love Michigan to cover for sure.
With the points?
I think this game's just going to be really, really close. It's at Michigan. This has got to be the coldest game Julian Sands played in college, right?
One would imagine, yeah.
What was the weather at Rutgers last week? It was kind of a warm weekend across the country.
Yeah,
I really don't.
It wasn't bad. It was like 48.
Yeah, I really don't think he's played in weather like this. I also like the under.
Of 45.5?
Yeah, 100%.
So this is a game you're going to have to check back, unfortunately, with me, because I usually bet like $5,000 on this game. I got to know who's playing, and unfortunately, I do not. And if Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate don't play, give me Michigan plus the points of 9.5. If they don't play, give me this under at 45.5, because scoring points for both teams is going to be really fucking difficult.
I don't think it matters if they play or not for the under. Like, I think even if Ohio State wins comfortably, I still think it's like a comfortable like 30-10.
It depends if those receivers are playing. Because they also, if they are, that means they want to get Say in the Heisman.
Yeah.
And they're gonna fucking unleash him. So yeah, man. I mean, against check back in, because this will change all of it.
Yeah.
Like, for real, I'll take the over if they're both playing. I'll take Ohio State if they're both playing. If not, I take the under and I take Michigan. So I'm sorry, it's just I watched that game against Rutgers last week, the whole thing. They have enough talent to win on their own, but it'll be a 3 to 7 point game for Ohio State. If those kids aren't playing, and it'll be real goddamn close, and it'll be horrific to watch. So definitely tune in to YouTube and watch us, because, boy, that's going to
be
a fucking 13-7 game, 13-10.
Yeah,
like,
I don't see Michigan doing a ton against Ohio State's defense, but it just feels like it's going to be not gross, but like tough.
If those two play, no. If they don't, yes. So check back in. This is going to be the biggest bet of the week. It always is every year for me, and it's mostly for you guys, so you can watch me fucking suffer and die. Next up is Texas Tech at West Virginia. This is Texas Tech -24.5. Who you got?
The over 53.5.
Yeah, same. I don't know that they care. I think they'll beat the over easily, but I don't know what's the advantage of Texas Tech winning by 50. Nothing.
They just need to win.
They're in.
They just need to
win. They're
into
the championship. All they do, they win, and they're in the championship.
And in fact, I think they're in even if they lose, because they have the tiebreaker over Utah.
By the way, West Virginia, I've been there. I've partied there. I've gone to the games there. At that stadium, tickets are fucking $20.
Oh, no. They do need to win 100%, because they're 7-1 in the conference. 6-2 in the conference is Arizona State, who beat them. If Arizona State beats Arizona and Texas Tech loses this game, Arizona State would be in, I believe.
They're not going to lose this game.
Over Tech.
They will not lose this game. I can promise you that. West Virginia is not good at all.
No, I know.
They'll win. But by 24.5, Don't know. But give me that over. I think the over is the easiest bet there is.
Yeah,
53.5.
I like the over.
That's it.
Yeah.
Next up is Miami at Pitt. It's a very interesting game here, and this is Miami minus 6.5. Who you got?
Pitt money line. Do you trust the Miami Hurricanes to walk into a 35-degree day?
Nope.
And win? Because
Nope.
I don't.
I don't either.
Pitt looks really fucking good.
And I just watched Pitt beat the shit out of Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
So
now I don't think Georgia Tech's like great or whatever, but they were beating the shit out of them, and that's impressive.
oh yeah, I mean they were up by a lot.
Yeah.
Like shit. At one point going into the fourth, they were down by Czech was down by 21. I mean
They went up 28-0.
Yeah, dude. I mean this was. So
yeah, I like Pitt money line.
Look, I'm going to take this up a half a point and take Pitt at 7 in case it's a push. But I think Pitt either wins this game or keeps it real goddamn close within a score. I really do, and I'm with you. I don't know that any of these Miami guys are ready to play in 35-degree weather in fucking Pittsburgh, bro.
No.
Enjoy that. It ain't fun. I can promise you that. Next up is Houston at Baylor. This is Baylor minus 2.5. God, I wish I could care about this game. I'm not touching it.
If you want to have fun, take the over.
Yeah, at 61.5.
Yeah.
Yes, if you're into that, dude, or BDSM or whatever it is you're into at home, feel free. But I'm sitting this one out. Don't care because there's a million other games to bet on, for real. UCF versus BYU. This is BYU minus 17.5. BYU just needs to win, right? They're in.
I will say this. I think if they win, they're in the playoff no matter what. They do need to win this to get into the championship game, I believe.
Yes, they do. They have to win. It's a must-win game.
Who'd they lose to? Well, they lost to Tech.
That's it.
So they'd have 2 losses, and they'd have the tiebreaker over Utah.
They're not going to lose this game.
They didn't play Arizona State. But anyway, what I'm saying is that I love BYU here. UCF's not very good, and also I think BYU wants to kind of leave no doubt as an at-large bid, so blow it out. It's at home. Another Florida team going to cold weather and elevation.
Yeah.
I think BYU fucking rolls.
I did so. So I think they win this fucking game, and they have to, more importantly. Next up, talking about having to win.
Yeah.
Oregon versus Washington.
They don't have to win. If a 10-2 Oregon gets into the playoff. Any Big Ten team with 10 wins, they're in.
If Michigan beats Ohio State, that Ohio State is not in the championship.
Yeah,
that would put in Indiana, Michigan, Ohio State. I mean, because they only have one loss.
Yeah,
they're one loss.
Ohio State's already in.
And then Oregon, is that 4 teams from the Big Ten?
Yep.
If Oregon loses, people will bitch. I don't think Oregon's very good.
They're pretty whatever, which is why I love Washington to cover here. I think this game's tight. I think Washington might win, but I won't go that far.
I won't either.
I think Washington gives them a huge fucking game and covers 6.5. In fact, I'd maybe buy a half point and say they cover a touchdown, try for push.
So I'm gonna, because it's 6.5, I'm gonna take Oregon. Here's why. Dan Lanning is a fucking psychopath. I actually love him as a coach, by the way. And he knows what's on the line here. I don't think he's fucking around in this game. Dante Moore, actually, last week was the best I've ever seen him play.
Yeah.
I think he's been dog shit most of the season. It's just me personally. And I don't believe in this team in the long run. If you're playing Oregon in the first round of the playoffs, good. I think of fucking Georgia, Bama, whoever beats them, to be honest with you. I don't know who they'll play. No, even Notre Dame would probably be the same. But
yeah, I mean, they might get lucky and get a G5 or something, or whatever team comes out of the ACC.
I mean, they deserve it after last year, but I think Oregon covers the 6.5, so I'm gonna take Oregon in this one. Next up is LSU at Oklahoma. Oklahoma minus 10.5. LSU can ruin their fucking season.
Yep.
Anything to that? 10.5 is a lot of points.
I don't have a good read on that line because I could totally see Oklahoma just. I mean, LSU.
The over/under is the lowest I've seen for 2 teams of this caliber in my life.
Yeah.
36.5.
LSU just seems like a worse version of Missouri. Like, offense really bad, defensive the better side of the ball, but Missouri's defense is better than LSU's defense. I would lean OU covering, like, barely, like by like 14 or 13 or something like that. Yeah. Like, what OU cover? 11, I think, was the gap on Missouri. Yeah, it's going to be like an 11, 12-point game. It would be my guess. maybe even a little more. Yeah, I like OU. I like OU here. They playing for a lot. It is potentially supposed to storm.
Yeah, and here's the funniest thing to me here. So I'll say this. On MyBookie, if you bet 4 different games or over-unders or whatever, you can get a 13-point spread.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing it for games like this because I can drive this over-under from 36.5 down to 23.5. That is a 14-10 game in this one. And that seems like a gimme to me, so that'll be on a teaser.
That might be what the final score is. You might be sweating that one.
I know, but I don't trust a 10.5 point swing. If this was at 9.5, maybe.
Dude, I would take it.
But buying a point is really expensive.
I would take it that teaser the opposite way and take it to 49.5 over under and bet the under at 49.5.
I cannot bring myself to believe this isn't a 14-10 game. That would be fucking insanity to me.
It's fair.
I don't care if it's a goddamn tornado during the game. 14-10.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking college or fucking 12U football. Bro. Next up is Vandy at Tennessee. God damn it, man. Just a weekend full of bangers all the way across the board here. This is Tennessee minus 2.5 against Vandy. Who you got?
Vols all day.
Same.
Vols all day.
Hammer the fucking Vols. They want to shut this fucking team down and prove that there is no other team in the state of Tennessee. I'm all over. This is going to be a massive bet for me, easily. And at 2.5, fuck you.
And I'm interested to see where Tennessee ends up in the CFP rankings because they were 20 last week, and they just beat up Florida. They'll probably move up a spot or two. I mean, if you're at 18 or 17, and then you beat a team that right now is in line for the playoff, especially if you beat the shit out of them, like, you're going to find yourself real close to the top 12.
You're close, but not in.
I don't think they're going to get in, but
they'd be 9-3.
If there's enough, there could be enough chaos.
Not at 9-3. I would say at 10. I would say at 10 wins, yes. Not at 9.
I think they talk themselves into essentially being like, maybe we could get in at 9-3 if everything goes right. They're going to beat the shit out of Vandy anyway, though. I love Vols here.
So do I. All over this game. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Next up is Missouri versus Arkansas. Is this your rival?
Yeah, technically. Yeah.
Okay.
Kansas is our rival, but
got it. So this is Mizzou minus 2.5 here.
Yeah, we roll.
Okay.
Arkansas, we have eaten up bad defenses all year. Arkansas's defense is horrible. Hardy's going to go off. I want to say Drinkwitz. So the one thing that's funny that people complain about Drinkwitz, they can't win the big game. But like conversely, I think he's undefeated in the last 3 years against unranked teams. So he takes care of business when he's supposed to take care of business. He's just got to turn a corner on winning the games that he's not favored in, essentially.
Right.
But Arkansas stinks. We'll be able to run all over them. Our defense is incredible. I don't feel a problem here at all.
Tickets are $6. So I don't know if anybody's up for this game. I'm going to sit this one out, me personally. Just because I don't know. And again, there's a million other games I'm throwing a lot of money on. The game before Tennessee, I'll be putting 500 at a minimum on Tennessee in that game. So this one, I don't know. Look, Arkansas still dropped fucking 30 against fucking Texas last week. So I don't know. And this team it's a weird I know they're 2-9 and they're 0-7 in the SEC, but it's a weird team that can just pop up and
they gave A&M a game. They kind of gave
all of it. If you go down their schedule, I mean, you could put another 5 wins in the win column for this team. Like, it's strange.
Gave Tennessee a game.
Yes.
Notre Dame murdered them.
Went into fucking overtime, I think.
Yeah. Gave Ole Miss a game.
Next up is Virginia Tech against Virginia. This is Virginia minus 10.5. Who you got?
God, I want Virginia Tech to win this game. Does
Virginia still have a shot at the ACC championship?
Yes, they're in line right now to be in the ACC championship game.
Oh, God, dude.
And honestly, if they win this and win the ACC championship game, there is no good argument to keep an 11-2 Virginia out of the playoff.
No.
There's no good argument.
No, but also they'll get destroyed.
Yeah, probably.
Opening rounds.
Certainly. I don't touch this game. I don't have a read on it. Maybe Virginia Tech jumps up and it plays their rival tough. Because if they beat them, Virginia's toast.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Again, there's a million other games to bet on. I'm not touching this one because the next one I'm betting on here. Big. Alabama at Auburn. Iron Bowl, Bama minus 6.5 at Auburn.
Most expensive ticket of the weekend.
$411 for the last row in the stadium.
Yeah.
Whew. This is Auburn's Super Bowl. They've looked pretty fucking good since firing Hugh Freeze.
And they can keep Alabama out of the playoff. I mean,
oh God, the storyline there. I mean, there's just so many. I am taking Auburn money line in this game.
I kind of love that. I'll just take the points. There is such a good chance that Auburn wins this game.
I agree.
Like, such a good chance. Alabama just struggled with essentially a better version of Auburn. I mean, they lost to a better version of Auburn in Oklahoma. Yeah, I love Auburn to keep this a field goal game, if not straight up win.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fun-ass Iron Bowl.
Yeah, dude. So I can't wait for this. This will be the ninth game. Should be good and lathered up after that Ohio State-Michigan game. So I'll be in rare form for this. Can't wait to watch it. Next up, UCLA versus USC.
I don't know.
This game is meaningless now. USC is out, so it doesn't matter. It's USC minus 21.5. Great. Again, too many other great games to bet on. I'm not touching this for you.
No.
Next up, Northwestern at Illinois. We were sending a bunch of people to this game. Tim Morris is out there. He's going to this game. We gave him tickets for the Illinois game. This is Illinois minus 7.5. Who you got here?
Northwestern getting a little feisty. Gave Michigan a game at Wrigley. Beat Minnesota. I kind of like Northwestern to cover. I kind of think Illinois is on a little bit of a slide. I mean, that loss to Wisconsin's horrible. I like Northwestern to keep this game tight.
Okay. Look, Illinois needs to finish out strong. They need to finish out ranked, at least. I think they win this game, but knock this down to half a point. Give me Illinois minus 7 in this one.
All right.
See what happens. Weather's going to be an issue, so check back in on this to Drinkin' Bros Sports. Hey, my college bets, Friday's games will be Friday's games. The Saturday games will be late. I'm gonna wait right up until fucking kick here because I want to see what the weather's
10
like.
a.m. our time.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I want to see what the weather's like. I want to see who's starting these fucking games because, like you said, there's some weird storms that are going across the country. So like, and travel's gonna be fucked up too, airline wise and all that other shit. We got warned tonight. Apparently, we're under a tornado watch here tonight. Did you know that?
Sweet. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, welcome.
Good times.
Welcome.
Let me check that.
Next up is Charlotte versus Tulane. This is Tulane minus 30.5. No.
Charlotte's really bad. I'm not going to deal with that, though.
Nope. Not dealing with that either. Last but not least, Notre Dame at Stanford. Notre Dame minus 32.5. What do you got?
That's so big. I don't know. I know they just beat the shit out of Syracuse, but, like, no.
No, me neither.
That's so many fucking points.
I know. And they win, they're in. That's it. This is the last game of the season for them.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
There's no point, but there's also no point in betting it. Stanford did beat Florida State at home a few weeks ago.
They did.
So.
And they just beat Cal at home, too.
I know.
They've been feisty.
It'd be hilarious if the last game of the night.
Oh, please.
They end up knocking Notre Dame out of the playoffs.
I'll tell you what, dude. If this week, if Notre Dame, Alabama, Vanderbilt, and because I don't think Oklahoma's going to lose, and who's the other one? Michigan, and if those teams lose, shit is getting fucking crazy.
Oh, it's full chaos.
That's
Absolute
what Miami
chaos.
needs. Miami will get in if a couple of these fringe teams who should be rightfully in front of them lose. Miami's in without even making the ACC championship game. But I don't think they beat Pitt, so it doesn't matter.
And then looking ahead for next week, championship game schedule-wise here, it's very interesting. Big Ten championship is last. It's going to be the primetime game on Fox.
Okay.
I'm assuming they think it's going to be Indiana, Ohio State, which is why they did that. Who's before that? ACC? Or no, ACC championship's on the same time. Gross.
Yeah.
Because they know nobody's going to be watching that.
Right.
That makes sense. And then SEC championship's going to be on at 3. Our time, 4 your time. So, okay. This all makes sense to me.
And then you get
all the smaller conferences on Friday night.
Yeah, which will be interesting for the AAC and the Sun Belt. Those are 2 to watch for sure.
Yep.
Because one of those will have a playoff team in it.
Absolutely. All right, kids. It's the best week of the year. Enjoy it. Go to MyBookie.com, bet with us or against us, and then go to hardafseltzer.com. Grab yourself a 12-pack or a tall boy. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Enjoy all the games this week. And shit, I know he's doing stem cell down surgery this week down in Columbia, but I'll still say him even though he's not here. For Anthony Hollaway, Hot Bob, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the College Football Rivalry Week Pick'em Show. Good night, everyone.